What is up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Hey, I want to testify about a specific person that God used in my life, and that is a guy named Cory Thorson. Shout out, Cory, man. So thankful for you. Cory was my maybe unofficial, I don't know if he was ever actually given this title, of the youth minister, the high school youth minister at my church growing up. SML, St. Mark Lutheran. And I'm almost positive he didn't get paid for it, but maybe you got the tiniest stipend ever. But mainly he just volunteered despite working a pretty demanding job. Found the space on Sundays to serve the high school kids, and not only that, also would host retreats at a property he had somewhere in Texas, and just do other weekend events and stuff too. And this is a guy that's married, several kids. At that time he had real young kids, and wife works a really demanding job as well. At least did at the time, in public accounting. So, anyways, the reason I'm going on this little background of the other things he could have been doing with his time is because what really struck me about Cory is how pure in heart he was as a leader. I mentioned this about Mitchell, the guy that's been my pastor for a decade or whatever, and how important it's been for me that he really has led me, I don't want to say selflessly, but like he genuinely developed me for my good, and basically selflessly, but Cory was kind of the first example, and so it's like almost like even more striking to me in my memory, or more significant in my development in some ways because of the age that I was, and because growing up, and I had a lot of great teachers, but I wouldn't say any of them were so exemplary that I was just like shocked. And I also wasn't that into school, so I'm not sure what they even could have done to leave an impression on me that strong. Like my fourth grade teacher, Mr. Tillman, I loved him, and then he got fired halfway through the year for being a Jeepers Creepers. Like, apparently, multiple offenses even after receiving warnings of, inviting 8th grade girls to go see movies with them and stuff. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that, Mr. T. But I loved that guy. He was awesome. But, not necessarily developmentally this amazingly positive impression, big picture. And anyways, I don't have to go on a roasting session of teachers. I'm just saying that Cory amazed me. I grew up feeling some pressure of ulterior motives. So overall, I have amazing parents. I did feel some pressure or some awareness of their interest in my success that was beyond just for my benefit. Like, I was aware that they would perceive benefit from me living a successful life in what they would define success as. I was aware of that. I also was aware, mi mamá número dos, Elvia, as much as she filled in some gaps of just like affection and celebration, that my parents were like weaker in those areas when I was young. And, she helped me developmentally in those ways. As much as that is the case, I also was very aware that she was hoping that, man, if I make it big one day, I'm going to buy her a car, or I'm going to buy her a house, or, she would plant these seeds frequently. As did my parents for their own desire for my success in different ways. Not quite as overtly. So, I wouldn't say that those, strings attached to their love for me just completely ruined my perception of their love for me. It wasn't like that was so bad, but it was shocking to me, jarring to me even, for Cory to serve in the way that he did the 4 years I was involved in youth, and just never ever an instance of what's in this for him. And I don't know if there was anything in it for him, but I know that he genuinely desired for people to follow God. He was involved in crew when he was in college, and I think maybe helped serve in crew some after graduating too. I'm not sure. He was a UT Longhorn even. And halfway through my college, I'm thinking, I'm going to go to A&M. He didn't even hold that against me. Just an amazing model. And also the way that he talked to me and to all of us. He just wasn't in the room to remind us that he's an adult and we're kids, and a lot of authority figures are. So he just got on our level, communicated with us in a way that was so pure, so genuine, and also just so humble. It's like I felt like I was his friend, genuinely, even though, I wasn't his friend. It's not like he's chatting with me to hang out. It's like he's my youth minister. But I just felt like he enjoyed my presence, or our presence as the youth, which that was also significant for me because I grew up as an annoying kid with unmedicated ADHD. So normally I'm being told to be quiet or to stop doing whatever I'm doing. That feels like a very familiar feeling. And I don't think I even ever felt that with Cory. Of course, I was high school, so my craziness was toned down compared to middle school or whatever, elementary. But still, you can ask my high school teachers. There's some teachers that probably would have rather me get some meds, And anyways, I'm just thankful for Cory's attention and really truly the way that he served us with no strings attached just blew me away. And there's just was nothing strategic about it. Even Mitchell, who has served me so purely, so amazingly, just been truly amazed at the quality of Mitchell's leadership over my life. I wouldn't say he's ever been manipulative or anything close to that, but there is a reality of if he invests in me and is successful, or if he sees positive returns in my life from what he's sown, And then, hey, maybe I could be on his staff. Hey, maybe I could help him plant a church. Like, I'm not saying that's why he did it, because it's not. He's more pure than that, but there is still some built-in, like, again, not a string attached at all. Like, I always would be totally welcome to leave, or like, um like if I had said no to planting a church in Arkansas, Mitchell would not have like excommunicated me or given me a bunch of grief. So I'm not trying to say that it was quite on the same level of what I was kind of familiar with growing up, but there was still just legitimately there's something in it for him to some extent in terms of investing in me and investing in me in a way that's pure and in my best interest. Because if he doesn't lead me that way, then why would I ever want to stay under his leadership, So, anyways, Cory, on the other hand, like, I'm a high school student. At this point in my life, I'm going to go to A&M. I'm going to be an accountant. Like, no return for him. No long-term strategy. No even possible way this could benefit him. Even financially, his family is well off because he and his wife both work impressive full-time careers. And so, like, there's not even this, like, maybe you'll make it big one day and remember me. Like, seriously. And so, anyways, just thankful for Cory. Thankful for you, Cory, if you watch this. I haven't even talked to Cory in, like, so many years. But, man, I was so blessed. And I didn't even really touch on, and I won't for the sake of time in this video, but, like, the actual development I experienced in high school youth was awesome. Like, it really was a marking season for my life. And those were the first years of me following Jesus, And I didn't know how to do it very well. But there were a lot of things about youth or specific events I remember, or mission trips we did, or even lessons on a Sunday that I received or even a couple times got to help lead. Like, it was just an amazing first few years of following Jesus. Like, that group was a great group to be a part of. And it's all a testament to Cory's leadership for sure. Like, in just my 4 years in there, I think the church churned through like 3 different official youth ministers, and then Cory was just like the volunteer. And man, even people getting paid to do it, it's like they'd flame out or just not be nearly as gifted at it or whatever, or fall into some sin. That happened 2 different times, I think. Anyways, so Cory, just this example of faithfulness, purity, that God just super used to bless me. So that's all I got for y'all today. I'll talk to y'all soon. Life is worship.